just explore ideas and like you don't need to like be married to that idea.
Of
One
course.
one Yeah, I think it's that's one thing about that the XM Studio tour we did is like you can see people just the designs are just having fun.
Yeah.
It's not too serious about one thing. So yeah, that's really inspirational for me. For Alex Ross, this artist, he
Yeah.
mainly does DC stuff. He does the Kingdom Come comic run. I think the covers. His style is always trying to capture the Silver Age comics. So all the costumes are like simple fabrics. You can see the folds on the fabrics. Yeah, it looks realistic, as in it looks like it's been drawn in the 60s or something like that.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. And we got special geek out session with Adil. He's back. He's back. We had it, you know what? We did this a couple weeks or months back when I was in Singapore, and the quality
Yeah.
came out so bad. I felt so bad. It was like wasting your time. But we had a
No.
great conversation. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, we have to get one in properly and with proper equipment and whatnot. We went in a restaurant and we were
Yeah.
thinking it should be
But
fine, and it was bad.
it was a fun day. Like we get to meet you, we get to like look at the figures that you wanted and that XM Studios.
Mm.
That was a great day. We had a good conversation, so it wasn't wasted. It's like
No, no, of course, yeah, no.
yeah,
It's just that, I would have loved like we came out of Exum Studio. Of course, we got a chance to see each other, that which was the most important thing, and have a chat. But we just came out of Exum Studios, and we had your initial reactions because that was your first time being there, right?
yeah,
And I
yeah,
just remember because I was trying to think about what we spoke about a little bit, but I just wanted to get your initial reactions on Exum Studios, the statues, as an artist and whatnot.
yeah.
And I was like, man, we had a really good conversation about it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here now, and I appreciate your time again for jumping on, man. But how you been, man? We were talking a little bit about training, um,
Yeah.
since we both got little stories and whatnot, injury stories and whatnot. But you, how's your knee? I saw you go back into jiu-jitsu. How's it all going, man?
It's been doing good. Whatever's any problems I'm having is uh, more like the muscle is not remembering how it moves, and it's just getting used to it again. Because my hamstring is like every time it's like the first 20 minutes it gets really sore, and it's not really the joint, but it's like yeah, the muscle is just trying to get used to it again from all these explosive movements. So
Mm.
I say I'm fully recovered, but not 100% in that level of I wouldn't say fitness. Is more like just getting my body reacting like how it used to.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you say your muscles not remembering, correct, do you think it's just like not conditioned rather than muscle memory?
I think I've been doing like a physio rehab kind of thing, and that's not it's more like strength training. Like I'm working the hamstrings, but that's slow heavy weights and not explosive um cutting angles and all that in jiu-jitsu, and or just running in general. Is that kind of muscle is not used to getting it like stretch and compress in a fast
Mm.
movement, and you know explosive here and there and then stop and then moving again. Yeah. So it's all right. It's just and also I'm getting a bit heavier from that. Like you said just now, you were eating, and I said like, yeah, I let myself go for the past like 5 months, 6 months. I was out, so I need to like get back in shape.
Yeah, well, I feel you, man, because I was just saying to you, right? Because I'm not training now. diet
yeah,
is going to be the more important because I want to let myself go because I'm a
yeah,
little bit sad that I'm not training and I'm not getting in that pump and all that sort of stuff. I'm not.
yeah,
It's training has always been the thing that gets the anxiety off me, especially now I'm busy with work. Just doing a
yeah.
little workout in the garden gets that all off my chest, but I can't do it. But then to bring me happiness, I do want to eat shit. I want to eat burgers and fries and pizzas and
Oh,
whatnot, but
oh,
I'm keeping it very during the weekdays. I'm keeping it very disciplined with the diet. So just again,
yeah.
keeping it just mostly meat and vegetables and a bit of fruits and stuff like that. But like keto and everything. But it's easy
Yeah,
to
don't
let
do what I
go.
do. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I want to. I want to, bro. Trust me.
I know.
I want to.
It's like the dark side,
I know. Oh
It's
man.
easy to just tap in there and then you can't stop. When I'm trying to stop now, like, it's the sugars and like Nutella jars and
Oh God. We bought Kaya back from Singapore, like a couple of tubs,
oh
and
yeah.
we're like strict rules only once a week on a weekend, like on a Sunday. Like, and if we miss it on a Sunday, you can't have it during the week. We have to wait till the week
All
after and
right.
whatnot. But we're very strict. I mean, like, man, just because I've been making these like French toasts and then putting Kaya on top, then buying some like
Yeah.
chicken, like a breaded chicken and whatnot
Oh,
and then making like a chicken waffle type kaya thing.
oh wait. Yeah,
It's so good.
that that works. That sounds good.
Yeah, man. I feel like I should
Nobody
bring that
does
to
that.
Singapore. Nobody does kaya
Yeah.
chicken and toast, man. I would have like chicken and toast,
Oh,
chicken waffles, whatever. I
it's
should
like
bring that to Singapore.
yeah, it's like maple syrup kind of that sweetness. And yeah, I think it
Yeah,
works. Yeah,
instead of
I'll
maple
try that.
syrup, kaya, bro. Trust me, it's
Oh
good.
shit. Yeah,
Like I said, make a nice French toast and whatnot, and make the eggs a bit
yeah,
sweet and whatnot, and then yeah, you spread some kaya on
yeah,
top.
yeah. Oh,
Chicken, but it's good, but trust me.
no, I can't. Not now,
Oh
not
man,
now.
but that's like being a treat. But yeah, like same with you. I mean, I recently got injured as well.
Yeah.
With my neck, I was telling you, right? I posted it
Mm.
on Insta, and my C4 to C7. Basically, what happened was we're doing jiu-jitsu. I was with Karika, and we were just
Oh,
flowing. It's Karika. It wasn't a crazy white belt student or
oh,
whatnot.
you were doing it with him, like.
Yes, yeah. Because I've been training privates with him because I haven't been able to
Yeah.
go down to my gym. So I figured, I'll just do privates with him. So, bro, this is how crazy it is, man. It's always the case. We were flowing, which is the main thing I
Mm.
do with Karika. And it was the last round. And the thing is, the reason why it was the last round, we looked at the clock and she was like, we both looked at each other. She was like, do one more. It's like, go on, then why not? Like it's always that. If we were just like, no, let's stop today, maybe, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't happen.
Mm.
Anyway flowing. And I must have sweeped him. Again, he let me obviously, but I must have sweeped him, got top position, and all of a sudden, like something just went. And I tapped and I said, Karika, something's wrong. And I was in so much pain. And then, I laid there for ages. Karika tried to help and all this sort of stuff. And went back to his house. He put like a patch on, all this stuff. Nothing was helping. This was like 7 in the morning on a Saturday. I was in crazy pain. And then the whole day went past. And then by the evening, I started losing the feeling in my fingers. And I was telling my wife, like, this is serious now, man. I think it's nerve damage as well while in my pain. So anyway, after MRI, we discovered that my C4 to C7 bulged out and it pressed against my spinal column, which was pressing against my nerves,
Yeah.
which is why one, I was in super pain, and two, I was losing the feelings in my fingers. Excuse me. And then so yeah, I mean, the last 5 weeks now I've been on this recovery. Thank God I got good news like last week that I don't have to do surgery. So after we got
Yeah.
the MRI, my doctor phoned me immediately and he's like, "Listen, we might have to do surgery." And I was like, "Let's." I went and saw him. I went and saw a neurosurgeon. They were all like surgery based on my MRI. And I told my doctor, I was like, "Listen, man, I really don't want to do surgery. Like they cut you open through here, they go through here, and then they
Yeah. Yeah.
replace the disc." I was like, I do not want to do that. And my doctor said, "Listen, like let's try a medication treatment. And if that works, then you should be fine." And it does work with some people, some it does, sometimes it doesn't. So it's like a heavy steroid, which I'm against, but if it put me against away from going under the knife, I was like, let's
Yeah.
try it. So we done it. It was like a 20-day cycle on these steroids, and thank God, man, like it worked. Like the pain went down. Like his indication was that because the pain went, he's like, you're good. Because I was in tons of pain for the first week and 2 weeks,
Yeah.
first 2 weeks. So once he put me on that, the pain started going down, going down. And then after the cycle, I saw him and I said, listen, the pain's like 99.9% gone. And now it's all gone, alhamdulillah. Yeah, it's all gone. So I was a bit nervous about the finger, like the nerves, because I was like,
Yeah.
listen, like, as I speak to you now, my fingers are all tingly. And I was thinking, man, I might need surgery because of that. He goes, listen, your nerves will take another 2 months. They were damaged, but you're cool. The fact that your pain is gone is a good indication that the
Yeah.
discs have gone in a little bit and you're good. So right now I wear this on a daily basis sort of thing. So I'm keeping
Oh,
good posture. I'm off all the medication and I'm just taking like vitamin B and vitamin B12 and just taking like
yeah.
foods that can help with nerves and stuff, anti-inflammatory foods and stuff like that. So that's my job for the next like 2 more months. Like keep good posture as much as
Yeah.
possible and just eat healthy and whatnot and just rest. He said nothing, no swimming, no nothing, just rest. So
Ah,
I've been taking long walks and stuff just to get exercising, but I have to rest basically.
because I think numbness will lead to like the muscle atrophy, something like that, right? Your muscles
Yeah,
will on your arms. Does it like?
that was the
Can you
scary
do
part.
something about it?
No, yeah, so okay, so that was the scary part because I thought all of that was gonna happen, but I
Yeah.
didn't lose any strength in my hands or anything like that. So I'm still got strength in my hands. The
Yeah.
numbness and that didn't get worse, which is a good
Yeah.
thing. So he's like, just give that 2 months, you'll recover on that. If I started losing strength and and it started getting worse, then again that's scary. So I'm good. I just have to rest basically, and everything should be back to normal in about again 2 months.
Yeah.
He said end of September, and then I'll know. So I'm not training at all. Like I'm just going for walks in the morning. I'm just doing little movements, like just twist my
Yeah.
hips and the ankles, and just walking, getting sunlight, and walking on the grass, get some earthing and all that sort of stuff. That's the best I could do,
Yeah.
and just trying to
You're
keep
doing it the right
optimistic.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll see. And then, once we start training again, it won't be like it'll be soft. I'll start with like swimming and cycling, like non-impactful stuff. And
Yeah.
then maybe like, jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I'm gonna be very honest with you, man. I have to think about it, man, because this was the most scariest injury I've ever had. And I
Mm.
really have to think about it because my discs, he did say my discs are already 50% deteriorated, right? And that's a long time of like not
Yeah.
just jujitsu and wrestling, but bad posture, being on your phone and all that stuff. So all of that just kind of adds to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah, keep a posture. So I don't know, man. If I get back into jujitsu and wrestling, is that going to make things worse for the future? So that's my worry, man. I've been thinking about that. Do I quit jujitsu or whatnot? Do I just do Muay Thai? And I don't know.
Mm.
But for now, recovery is my main thing. So I'm just resting, bro. Like just resting and trying to
Yeah.
recover.
Just concentrate on that and like I mean, it sucks to miss training, but I think this is more important than anything. Like just to get back to whatever. Maybe I don't know if is it permanent, something like that.
No, no. If it was, they would have said I have to get surgery. Like if it got worse, then I would have to
Yeah.
get surgery and then they'll fix it thing. But
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
said like when I spoke to him, he goes, listen, like please go listen, like I've seen people with like zero discs and whatnot just living a normal life and everything like that. So you'll be
Yeah.
fine because mine's at 50% right now. It's
Mm.
deteriorated, but it's 50%. But I'm like, okay, cool. Normal life is cool, which is important. What
Yeah.
about training? You know what I mean? But I've been thinking about it a lot, man. Like we are 40 plus. I don't want to put our age out there. And I have been training for a while. We keep forgetting that we're like we've been training for a long time. In my head, I'm still like, oh my God, this is the beginning. I got to go on the mats. I got to keep learning. But I'm like, I've
Yeah.
been training for a while. You know what I mean? And like, I think in a self-defense perspective, like, God forbid it ever happen, I definitely think I could handle myself against someone who
Yeah.
doesn't know what they're doing and whatnot. So from
Yeah.
self-defense, I think I've learned a lot. I just don't know if I want to get back into it and because it won't be a normal life. Like I could live a normal life and be cool, but it won't
Yeah.
be
I mean,
normal.
it's not wrong. I mean, you do what you think is right. I know it sucks, but you gotta ask your wife. You gotta get it past her what you should do and all that.
Yeah, it it makes me a bit sad as well because I
Mm.
when I think about it, it's like something I really enjoy, something I really wanted to carry on doing for the rest of my life. But maybe, look, Karik, it's great that I got Karika here. Maybe I could just speak to him and say, listen, he obviously knows my situation, and maybe we could do classes where it's just drills or it's very
Yeah,
accommodating to my injury. You know what I mean? Like no more, maybe just no more rolling, no more
yeah,
not even specific. Like just give me, let's just drill. And I'm happy to just do that. I know
yeah,
with jujitsu it's hard, but at least I'm still doing something, you know?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, man, it's other than that, it's cool. I mean, how has Evolve anyway after you went back? How's the vibe in Evolve anyway? I mean, you don't have to expose too much, but you know, I see Eddie started his new gym in London. I saw
Yeah,
Bismarck, is it Bismarck or he left? He's in Hong Kong, is that right?
yeah, yeah. He's in Hong Kong. You know the big Far East Square HQ branch, it closed.
Oh my God,
Uh,
the main one.
yeah, the main one. But I think
Ooh,
it's just, they're moving into they're renovating one place. It's just across the street from where it was. I don't know
okay.
about the size and all that, but yeah, it's been good actually. It just, there's a few changes, people moving around here and there, like the the people from Far East Square, they have no home, so everyone is going to the Orchard branch where I'm training. So it's packed every night now.
Must be.
So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so we'll see. September they're gonna open the new one, I think.
Okay. Cool. Oh,
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Must be busy with everyone there at
yeah.
the Orchard one. And did you say they closed Kennex or Kennex was still there?
It's still there. I
Okay.
think I think there's lesser people, but like everyone's happy there to be there. I think it's
I
like it's a nice like the East Side branch, something like that. So
yeah. And it was
I
near
don't think.
like that one felt like a bit more of a community one just because it was in like a community area. There was like HBDs and
Yeah,
locals around. And when you
yeah, yeah,
go
yeah,
there, it's like the same people. And it just
yeah,
I feel like that one had more of a community one. Then the Far East one, yes, it was the main headquarters, but it was just
yeah,
like, business people and loads of people coming in and out.
yeah,
It was felt less like a community there,
yeah.
to be
It's
honest.
like I think Kinex. It felt like you're like a family, like the
Yeah.
same people go there. So yeah, it's never the same with when you're gonna jump around, but yeah, I'm just gonna train as much as I can now. I mean, I don't train much, but I'll do what I can now.
Nice.
I
And
slow
what's
down.
I mean, like your knees, like obviously you still give it time and slowly get into it. Is your long term thoughts is like just keep building and get back into it full time
Yeah,
and yeah.
I'm changing how I do it. Like, I mean, even I wouldn't say game plan, but normally I'm used to doing a certain way, but some moves I can't do it now. It will like there's a phobia involved, like
Yes.
whenever my knee touches the mat, I'm like, even the good knee is like,
Yeah.
there's like I'm trying to change it up a bit so it won't happen again. Yeah, we'll see. I just take it slow now. I'm not
And
in
are
a
you
rush.
training yeah, are you training with good partners? Like people you're like, hey, like they know you, they know your injury, like you're training with good
Yeah,
partners? Yeah, okay. That's important as well,
it's
right?
a funny thing. Yesterday, I trained. There was this white belt guy who I don't know white belt. He's kind of heavy, and he's like going. I wouldn't say rough, but he's heavy. So I just took it slow, and I'm thinking, oh, this guy gonna get me injured if I just let him. But so I'm trying to control everything, and then the next roll he got injured from another
Oh
bigger guy
no.
than him.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I heard a scream, and I think there was like paramedics come and like
Oh
stretch.
shit, it got that bad.
Yeah, something to do with the knee. I'm not sure. The guy, somebody tried to single leg him, and he sprawled, and something snapped or
Oh
popped or
no.
something. Yeah, it's weird because I was thinking, oh, this guy is moving too fast for this heaviness in me. I don't want to get injured again. And
Yeah,
Cheap, I
yeah.
think yeah,
Well, that's what I've been considering as well. I was talking to a friend about it the other day. Like maybe I think I've already decided. I don't think I'll ever go back to class because with
yeah,
class I can't trust other students, and then I can't trust myself to be calm as well. Like
mm,
the moment you get into it, but it's like how many? Like I was just thinking, like how many? If I go to a class, how many times could I tell a student or people, oh, I'm injured or this or
yeah.
that, and then
After a
you
while,
might
it
have
feels a bit, yeah,
yeah, and then also like I might go with one person who understands, or two or three or four, but you're
yeah,
always gonna come across someone who's new or whatever. So I think I've decided on that. Like I don't think I'll do classes anymore. I'll just stick with Karika and
yeah,
just do privates. And I don't care about, like I said, testing my skills against anyone. Like I was thinking about
yeah, no,
competing and stuff like that in jiu-jitsu, but I think after this, I was like, listen, man, I'm 40. I still got the rest of my life to go. I got my
yeah,
wife. Inshallah, one day I'll have a family. I want to be fully functional. You know what I mean? The one thing look, my wife said to me that really got to me, she's like, like, thank God it got better, but what if your arms didn't? Like, we would have to consider surgery because if you have a baby, you'd want to hold your baby, right? And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
for that 100%, I would have got the surgery. Like, and it made me think, I was like, man, I avoided the surgery, but there's no way I want to do that again. And I would love to hold my
yeah,
child and just do things in general, but like, could you imagine, man, I couldn't hold my child because like messed up my neck. I was like,
yeah,
nah, man. So I think I decided I won't do classes anymore. I'll just avoid
mm,
people and just do with Karika, just do it with the
yeah,
professor, and that's it.
yeah. I mean, we got to change. We really. I mean, it's kind of life changing, but you can't fault that. It's you got to do it like that. You got to change like that. So if it's what it takes, then it's gonna suck. But like, I think still, at least you can drill. That's good enough.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. And then like we've been doing it for so long. Like
Yeah,
we forget. I'm acting like I've only been in it for 1 year or for 6 months. Like no, we've been, I've been doing jujitsu kind of on and off, honestly, since 2012. I've had a lot of on and offs and everything, but really,
yeah,
that's when I first went to my first sort of class. Not 2000, 2010 is when I went to my first jujitsu class. So 15 years. I mean, it's been on and off because of all my movements and injuries and stuff like that. But I forget. It's like, gee, it's not been 6 months. It's been 15 years. You're at least you trained, you've pushed yourself, and you don't
yeah,
have to prove it. But I forget. I think that's what the problem is. We forget because you know what we were like before, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
we can get back to then. And I think that's what's always been my struggle of, you know, um, not accepting that I've changed. The body's changed, my mentality's changed, my life
yeah,
has changed. It's hard to accept, man, but I think I've accepted that. This
yeah, yeah.
injury is made me. I've accepted. I've
Yeah.
accepted, and I will
Listen to your
change.
wife.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man, exactly. But yeah, I did want to I did want to go back onto the XM Studios. I don't know if you remember, like, went there. I think I was asking you stuff because I wanted to get your perspective as an artist, right? And I always appreciate your artwork and your art style and your inspiration and your thought process behind art. Like, what was your? Do you remember like when we were there? Like, what was your thoughts behind like the art side of these figures? Like, did you come away inspired? Did you feel like you could draw a statue sort of thing, like with one of your favorite characters, or just something to be like, this would be cool as a statue? Like, have you ever? Yeah, like I tried to ask you
Because
about that.
yeah, uh, I like drawing things that how do I say? It's in one frame it's telling a story or like a dynamic movement or like something is happening, not like just a portrait or something. It's more like capturing a movement or capturing a moment. So I think that's what I like about like dioramas and statues and all that. Like you see that big Sentinel fight with the X-Men all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I like that one. Like, it's a moment in it's basically is a comic book page, come to life
Mm.
in 3D statues. And what I like about it also is like there's two things I like the classic stuff. I love all this uh the most how do you say it? The most simplest costume you can find,
Okay,
from the
okay,
comic.
yeah. The
Yeah,
original, yeah,
sometimes
yeah, yeah. Okay.
sometimes it goes a bit like even Marvel movies now is getting a bit too busy and all that. I just like I like the I don't know. I talked to you about Alex Ross, this artist. He
Yeah.
mainly does DC stuff. He does the Kingdom Come comic run. I think the covers. His style is always trying to capture the Silver Age comics. So all the costumes are like simple fabrics. You know, you can see the folds of the fabrics. Yeah, it looks realistic, as in it looks like it's been drawn in the 60s or something like that. So
Mm.
yeah, I like that, and I also like the variations of, you know, I think I don't know who decides what in that making of the statues there. So I think I like the ideas of there's that Batman like samurai age or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That yeah, I like that line. There's like this penguin, you know, like selling, I don't know what he has like carts full of like stuff he's selling. There's a small little penguin there like in like a samurai Japanese feudal age. And there's like the other villains like Bane and all that. I like that one. And what inspired me was like, yeah, I can do something like that. You know, it's like I love the characters. Maybe you can explore something different, and that actually led me to there's the Predator drawing I did recently,
Ah,
like
yes, after watching what's it called?
the
Yeah,
Killer of Killers.
Killer of Killers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. I was thinking about that, the XM Studios thing. Like, oh, why can't you just, branch off into whatever you think, like a what ifs kind of situation, or like just explore design in general, just for fun. So that's what inspired me. Maybe like I can do just have fun with it. The designs of classic traditional characters, and just make it your own, or like do something nobody ever think about. I don't know about the Predator Mayan Aztec one, whether it's been done before, but that pops up in my mind. I don't know where I got it from. Actually,
That's
I
a
was
cool one.
thinking about that. I was thinking about that since I think it was secondary school, primary school.
Oh, really?
Uh,
That Predator
yeah, I
idea.
was. Yeah, I was thinking, Vikings, Japanese, Aztec, and then they did that too, and I'm left with the Aztec one, so I did that one.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, look, with the Predator, especially Prey, they opened up into different timelines and stuff like that.
Ah, yeah,
And then this Killer of Killers, like it showed that they've been around and they've been in different timelines, and
yeah,
which I think is pretty cool. Like the samurai one was awesome, but there's so
yeah,
many different warrior cultures around the world, and that's the Predator's sort of that's their way of living, right? To find the best warriors and challenge themselves. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Which kind of makes sense. And I'm sure in the Aztec times there was warriors too, and they would have been there too. I mean, it's a cool concept, and they've given you.
yeah,
I mean, again, it's just opened the mind to it. You know what I mean? Like it opens your mind to just exploring different
yeah, yeah.
universes and whatnot within
Even
Predator.
one thing about that show, it shows that one predator in the. I mean, he's flying. I've never seen a predator hunting in the air before,
Yeah.
and he cut his hair, like his dreads off. You never seen that before. So I was thinking, what if this predator in the Mayan or Aztec times, he comes down, and people start worshiping him, and he kind of likes it, so he
Mm.
stops like hunting and just enjoying
But
being worshipped.
then he's going against the Predator way, right? So they'll probably send someone down to get him.
Yeah.
You know what I
So I
mean?
was thinking like,
But I
yeah,
guess you're saying
people
can a
send him
Predator?
sacrifice,
Yeah.
right? Like best warriors to hunt, and then maybe they've been calling him home, and he's not answering. He's just going
He
on.
falls in love. That's what, when he
Yeah,
keep
he's like,
well,
fuck it, I like this goal, and and whatever
But
reaches,
that's
and I get to fight guys and like I
Yeah, but I
mean
say like going against like his own, their culture, their way of living and whatnot.
yeah,
Can a
yeah.
predator can a predator get corrupted just like a human being? Like it really is corruption,
I
right? Be it
guess so.
love,
Yeah,
riches, being worshipped. It
yeah,
corrupts your mind and takes your mind away from
yeah,
your culture, your gender, or whatever it is, right?
yeah,
Like your that's my purpose of life. But if someone gave
yeah,
me love or worshipped me, would that take me away from my purpose? But
yeah.
that's an interesting concept,
It,
man. But I
it's
reckon these
just
people,
something
the
fun.
predators will
Yeah,
come for him. Yeah.
yeah. I wish then it's gonna be like a battle or something. But
Yeah.
it's a fun way to think about it. Like just explore ideas and like you don't need to like be uh married to that idea.
Of
One
course.
one. Yeah, I think it's that's one thing about that the XM Studio tour we did is like you can see people just the designs are just having fun.
Yeah.
It's not too serious about one thing. So yeah, that's really inspirational for me.
Yeah, I mean you're right, and especially as an artist, as a creative, whatever your art is, like it's the whole point, right? Like don't be stuck to
Yeah,
your ideas, and also like just be as creative. If as long as you're not stuck to it, you could be as creative as possible, and as long as you see some value out of it, someone else will. You know what I mean? And yes, you're gonna have some hit pieces, be it from music to art to statues to making a movie, whatever it is, and then you some won't be hit pieces, but that's still your art. That's still
yeah,
your creative juices flowing and like I
yeah,
don't know the science behind like again I'm not creative in that way, but the science behind the brain just thinking of an idea and it gives you a visual which kind of goes into your hands and you're able to pull it down on paper.
yeah,
Like you and my brother, you could do that. I can't do that, right? But you could do that sort of art, you know what I mean? Which is again is fascinating. I find it
yeah,
and again it's any kind of art, again, like making a movie or whatever it is, like cooking
yeah,
food, like there's so much art to it, right? And with food, for example, there's your eyes, like, is it look appealing? There's the
yeah.
taste, there's the smell,
I mean,
and then
yeah,
like,
writing and all that. It's like it doesn't need to be art or even like I mean, even just rolling it around in your mind is kind of fun to even think about stuff like that.
mm,
How do you put it out is like up to whoever, up to you who's like what's your channel of like, creative channel to do that. It's like that's what I like. I admire anyone who has different kind of ways to do it. So yeah, like even you like talking in the podcast is like one way to get it out. These ideas, what like movie reviews and all that is like I admire you guys for doing that.
I appreciate that, man. I mean, to
Yeah,
this day, I still feel insecure a little bit, but but my side of like I don't give a shit just comes out because I don't care. Because I know how I look, I know how I sound, I know I might not be the most articulate, but that's my art form. Like I know I've understood like the best way for me to express my art of expression is just by being
yeah,
myself and talking. And I know
yeah,
what I'm not good at. Like I know I'm not good at drawing or like for example, my wife was fasting yesterday, so she made the food. And she was like, "Gee, can you taste this and tell me if it's good?" So I tasted it. I was like, "It's good to me." So when she broke her fast, she was like, "This is disgusting. Why? Like, it needs more salt. It needs more this." And I'm like, "I don't have the human abilities to do that." But my point I was gonna say earlier was like, be it with food, be it with your art, whatever. Like it all comes down to human emotions, right? And human feelings and stuff like that. So like AI is an amazing tool, and I think people should definitely should utilize it and use it, but it will never have that human emotion behind thought, behind playing with ideas,
yeah,
behind looking, smelling, tasting, feeling,
yeah,
visualizing. Like it will never have that. And that's what AI, a human will always have, whatever the art form is.
yeah.
And that would always
You
missing.
can
But
you
yeah.
can never have like a life experience of individual life experience. You can have like you can source from millions of data. I don't know, but it will never be that one person's experience that
Mm,
influence the outcome of it. So I used to be so against AI no matter what, but I kind of understand it's not going away. Um, at least try to utilize it properly and not just all these finance bros people are just everything is AI now. I'm gonna fire my guys. Like that kind of thing is like yeah, they're taking
Yeah.
it wrongly. Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would never say like it take like because it's there and it's not going nowhere for sure.
yeah,
And I think creatives such as yourself or just people in general should just find ways on how do you utilize it to best
yeah,
advantage your skills or even just other things like, in general, it doesn't have to be about art. Like, okay, you don't use it for art. You're an artist. I'm always going to stick to pen
yeah,
and paper or whatever it is. Cool. Just do that, but use it for other things in life. Like, you know what I mean? And like I said, I don't think it will ever get away from it. Would never. I don't think the human element will never be taken away. Because as you said,
yeah,
experience. Like it will never have your experience and your feeling and how you're feeling at this very moment right now. Maybe you're feeling a bit depressed, so you're going to draw something. Maybe you're feeling
yeah,
super happy, you're going to feel something. Like,
yeah,
I mean, you can ask AI, be happy and draw, but it will never know that feeling. It will
yeah,
just be like, go, it'll probably go online, check happy, and happy is going to be
yeah,
sunflowers and rainbows and shit,
yeah.
and it'll try and think of that as an emotion, but you can't replicate that chemical reaction in your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no like deliberate actions in like even a simple line that you draw is that just one line says a lot about how the person is it's like conscious effort and decision to draw that line from here to here, and if it's AI just putting it out like that. I don't know how to say it's like the details are there, but it's not deliberate. There's no
Yeah.
thought like put in at the back of it. So yeah,
It's
like you said,
programmed.
yeah, it's human. I think the human touch is still not gonna go away.
Yeah, definitely. And with the human touch, it's always gonna have your element, your touch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's gonna be, with AI, yes, you try and say make it different, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be your touch, you know what I mean? It's not going to be your
yeah,
style. And be it that's like you said, a stroke on the pencil or certain shading, like you will know
yeah,
it's yours and a fan of yours will know it's yours and whatnot. But
yeah.
I mean, even talking about that, like you drew me this piece, I did want to touch on this. You drew me this amazing Punisher piece, and I couldn't get you to sign it, which sucks, man. We supposed to be able to sign it, but just didn't have the time. But
Yeah,
I want to say thank you again. I mean, it's an amazing art piece.
uh,
Obviously, Punisher is my favorite character. What
yeah,
inspired
it's fun
you?
doing it. Yeah,
Because when I see this, I see Vietnam. Like this is a Punisher's origin story,
uh,
right? In my head, right? His origin
yeah,
story was he's a war veteran, originally in Vietnam. I see he's like in a swamp in Vietnam. That's what I see. But I love the fact that, the Punisher skull, which is the most iconic thing, is the water ripples and whatnot. He's coming
yeah.
out and he's obviously going to kill some dudes. That's what he looks like. Um, but I
I
love
guess
it,
it's
man.
yeah, Apocalypse Now that view where Martin Sheen was that character is going out coming out from the water. I guess that's where my mind goes to. I mean, it wasn't it's just subconsciously I just did that, and after halfway through I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that in Apocalypse Now, that movie. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was thinking about like, Vietnam. I was thinking it may be like this was pre him being Punisher, and it's always
Mm.
been inside him all along.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So the water ripples is kind of telling the future type of thing that this is who you're gonna end
yeah,
up to.
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. I
yeah.
like
It
that.
can be that, or like it still can be current, and it's like that that thing is him all along. Is is not something that uh transformed him. Is more like it brought it out of him.
Mm.
Yeah, I
There
I
are
don't
a
read
few.
a lot of Punishers, but like
So
the
there
the
are a
one.
few. Yeah, like I was gonna say there are a few, and I can't remember exact names where it does
Yeah,
touch on that. Like when he's out there, it's like I didn't become the Punisher. I always was the Punisher. It was
yeah,
always in him, and it wasn't just the tragic death of his family and whatnot. That stuff brought it out of him, like and kind of gave him that war on the streets and whatnot, but it was always in him. So there are those sort of type of kind of stories that been explored. But no, I love the piece, man. I love that's like obviously my favorite character. I just saw on Facebook, and I hate these spoilers to be honest with you, but they're obviously shooting, John Bertram shooting his own Punisher special. He's going to be in the new Spider-Man. I've seen his
Yeah.
new look. He's grown the beard. I'm trying to grow my beard too, but he's growing
I,
a nice beard. He
I've
looks good,
noticed.
man. I don't know, like when I see Punisher, like when I see Bertram play it and just the uniform, it
Oh,
looks fucking
yeah.
good. So I'm super excited and I'm glad I appreciate you drawing that for me, man. I still, one
No.
day I will get it signed from you. I do
All
want it
right.
signed. We just have to remember the date, 2025. Like, at least get it signed.
But one thing is, it's fun to do it. It's not something I want to do it. It just so happens you like it, and I give it to you. It's like, I think maybe even if it's I'm not giving it to you, maybe it's been I think this image is like somewhere behind. It's just I'm gonna draw it one day, no matter what. But
Yeah, that's
I'm
amazing.
glad you like it, and I'm glad I give it to someone who appreciates it.
Thank you, man. I
Yeah,
definitely appreciate it, man. And you kind of made me think about again, going back to the thing with AI. Like, it's been in your head for a while. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like again, it's a part of it's a part of your human emotions. Your this creative thing has been in your head for a while. Like again, that's not going to be something in AI where AI is like, I've been thinking about drawing this for you for a while. It's like no, it's
yeah,
like no, you've just been programmed right now to be to
yeah,
put this piece together. But you've had this thing in your head and it's probably changed ideas. And then you drew it and you're
yeah,
like, oh, that's like apocalyptic now, which I saw so many years ago, but that inspired
yeah,
the idea. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, whereas with AI, it's always going to be
yeah,
like, I've been programmed to think this way, but
yeah,
it's not. But you know what I mean? But your programming has been like your whole life, your what's
yeah,
going in your head right now, which leads to a creative art
yeah.
piece.
And also, like, how what why you going through your feelings or going through it. Like, I always wanted to draw that Punisher for you. Like, I think a few years back when we was first spoke about, you asked me like, you like Punisher. I like, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a few sketches I did. Halfway through, I felt a bit uncomfortable drawing so many guns and weaponry. Like, I don't know. It's the I mean, current events and all that. I felt like
Nah, it makes
is like
sense.
it's not right, or it doesn't feel good to do it. So after a few, I keep it simple. I go simpler, 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 and the idea of that final drawing is like the simplest form of um I like the concept that I want to show. So yeah, it goes through different the times when you're feeling a bit your views on stuff like that, like guns and violence, and you know
Mm.
uh, yeah, I remember not wanting to draw, and I was thinking how Punisher without guns is a bit yeah, it's not him. And after even watching the show, the Daredevil show, the new one, the Disney Plus one, and
Oh, the Born Again, yeah.
yeah, it reminds of um, what Punisher is like. He doesn't view what he does as the right thing. It's
Mm.
just like that's what he is, and he doesn't want that for like the police force who takes it differently, and use his name to carry out all these atrocities and all that. So yeah, I even that changed me how I see it. So yeah, that idea that's what the final product is from all that years of thinking about this.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Years of thinking about it, but there's throughout that years, man. There's so much inspiration, and like you
Yeah,
come into that conclusion after watching that story, and this is a great thing
yeah,
about comic books and the shows and whatnot, because they all have a different sort of perception on different characters and thought process and whatnot. And it
Yeah,
kind of makes it like, listen, Punisher, like people, again, I would always say this, they look at him and they say, he's just violent. He's got guns and all that sort of stuff. And yes, he is on the outside, but from the inside, man, the shit that he's gone through, like that, I still think that scene between him and Matt Murdock when he was like, I hear my son's voice in my head every day telling me, go get him, go get him. But I think that was one of the best dialogues I've heard in between two characters in the MCU. It got me like one of the best scenes, and he was only in it for like 2 minutes or whatever, but it was one of the best scenes. But it just makes you realize this is what's going through this guy's head. All you're seeing is the killing and all that sort of stuff, but the shit that's going through his head that he's hearing his kid's voice. I mean, it's heartbreaking. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's definitely like with all characters anyway. They're all that's why I love these comic book characters. Like they humanize them in such a way
yeah,
with different emotions. Whether you're Spider-Man fan or an Iron Man fan or Punisher fan, you're
yeah,
talking about kid going to high school, the freaking billionaire warmonger, like weapon monger guy, and then you got like a ex-military guy who's gone for shit. But all of them are going through their own shit, ultimately
yeah,
coming out in their own sort of ways of character building and stuff, which is
yeah.
why I love. Um, Going into movies, bro, did you have you seen any of the new ones? Superman, Fantastic Four?
I caught Fantastic Four and none of the rest. I haven't been to the. I haven't been watching movies for in the cinema at least for a while. I catch like maybe Sinners came out in on HBO, those kind of things. Yeah,
Yeah.
those kind of, I watched Fantastic Four last week, was that? And it was fun. It was good. It just missing a bit something like maybe push it a bit more, but I kind of like it like what it is now, like that. It's I like simple um self-contained movies now. I don't tie it up into too many things and waiting for like sequels or like you know waiting for the next one or something like that. So I think it is a nice self-contained movie like that. It works.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it too. I do agree because I think a lot of people have been saying that something was kind of missing. I like the fact I even had speaking to a friend the other day who was like, oh, it just looks
Yeah,
too goofy or whatnot, and I was like, listen, I didn't want to spoil it for him, but I was just kind of like,
yeah,
I love the fact that one, it was in the 60s, right,
yeah.
and it was a
That's
different
the
universe.
yeah.
Yeah, right, it was a different universe and
That's the
whatnot. So it was
best
like
thing about it.
yeah, so I feel like it just changes the whole concept of how it should look. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't have to look like the universe that we're familiar with or in the movies
yeah,
that we're familiar with. It's actually a different universe. And it's like, again, it was based in the 60s. So there's a goofiness that, this bright blue top and all this sort
yeah,
of stuff. So for me, it was like, man, that works. Like, I was like, cool. And I like the way that they didn't give a backstory. Like, like Superman came out,
yeah.
this came out, no backstories. And I'm like, yeah, we don't need it. We
You
don't, I
know who
like the
they are.
fact. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I like the fact they got straight into it. I do like the fact that like his intelligence was like expressed a lot in this
Yeah,
movie, like more than we've seen in any MCU. Because this
yeah,
is the 60s. For me, it was like this is the 60s, and he's using 60s technology. Now, maybe this universe is a bit more advanced than the one that we're in, but he's still using 60s technology. To freaking he was about to teleport
yeah,
the damn planet to another place. I was like, they really expressed his intelligence. I do think
yeah,
like for me, I feel like what was missing was like I don't know. There was a couple things that got me. Like I was kind of like, I mean, first of all, his power. There was one like, look, okay, wait. Let's stick onto the good things. My Galactus, for example,
okay.
was amazing. I
I
loved
love
seeing him on the big screen. Right? What did
that
you think of
what's
him?
his name? Ralph Innocent or what's his name?
Yeah, I think it
That
was.
actor who does that. Yeah, I love his voice. And I was thinking like they're gonna use his voice in like a something because he voiced like a video game characters and all that. He was in The Witch. Yeah, I love like that they just use his face and his voice and not make it a cloud or like
Yeah. Oh,
the
the cloud
whole
was terrible,
yeah
man. Ralph Ineson,
yeah
Ineson. Yeah. Ralph
yeah
Ineson.
he's
Yeah.
great yeah yeah
He.
I love seeing just characters being characters.
Oh man, when I saw him, I got goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is an epic moment. For me, there's like this is an epic moment in the MCU. Like you see Galactus, this giant, like freaking being, cosmic being on the big screen. It was
Yeah,
just epic. I thought that was one of the most, again, like in the MCU, like one of the most epic things I've seen. So I thought he was awesome.
yeah. Like they don't try to change him or anyway. This is what we wanted for so
Yes.
long. This is what we got. Actually, my favorite part of the whole movie is the mole man. That
Yeah, that was
I
hilarious.
I know
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard at, like, he's, because I like that actor too. I forgot what's his name, Paul
Yeah. He's
or
funny.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's just his delivery, and like, just because, yeah, it's missing a bit light-hearted humor. The humor doesn't really work that much for the rest of the movies. Is like, I think so when he came out, like, that character came out, Mormon, and it's like, this is the humor I want. At least
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a laugh
You're
out of it.
you're right. There wasn't as much of that Marvel humor in this, for
Which is
especially
which
from the
is
Fantastic Four characters.
which is good, but I think that scene where, Human Torch was trying to explain, and they were making fun of him liking that Silver Surfer, and they had that weird music humor, like comic music at the back. It doesn't work. Like, that's not. I was cringing at that part, and
Yeah.
also the CGI baby. I,
Yeah. I picked that up as well. I was telling my wife, right? The baby, was it the baby and the
yeah,
thing? For me, that was what it is because Galactus to me looked good. It was
yeah.
every time the baby and the thing sometimes, but I was like, why don't you, instead of doing that, why don't you just give the baby to like
I
Johnny and
know.
let the human hold him? So you have to do that whole CGI with the baby. Like every time the thing held him, I was
Yeah.
like, the baby looks off, thing looks off. That wasn't
I
worth it,
think
I
that,
reckon.
yeah, that was fine until, the last part, and I I I literally put my head down and I'm trying not to watch it, because I was like cringing too hard at, like, the CGI baby face, and it's
Yeah,
fine, but like, yeah, I can't watch it. I had to look
yeah.
away. Like, yeah, I know what
No, I
they're
get it.
trying to do. I know what they're going for. Maybe they can't have a baby, like, perform that way, but I think there's a
I
way
feel
to do
like
it better.
yeah, I mean, like, I listen. I would normally with the CGI, I don't really, I'm not bothered too much, right? But
Yeah,
when Galactus is looking really good, I thought he looked pretty
yeah,
good. Um, but with the baby, I was just like, I think there's an easy solution. Just get a real damn baby and don't put him
yeah.
in Ben's
I
hand. Don't
know.
put him in the thing's hand, so you don't have to do a CGI thing. Just leave him with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
humans. And yeah, I thought that was a bit off. I did think like, listen, Sue Storm, I thought she was awesome.
yeah,
But and yes, I get it, mum power. Her baby was in trouble, so her mum
yeah.
power, and it did kill her at the end. But I don't know. I don't know if it was overpowered or if Galactus was too weak, or maybe it was just I don't know. Because I did feel like, man,
I,
like, did
you know
Galactus
what?
look
What
weak
could have?
or
What? Yeah. What I wanted was her using that extra desperate power, the mom power. You can't really tell. Maybe she wasn't emoting that feeling of why she had that extra surge of power. I think that's what's missing. Some a bit more emotional impact on that scene, and I know we're complaining a lot, but, like, everything else is, I really like it, like the art
oh
style and
yeah,
everything. So these
definitely.
little things that I'm missing, just overall, is good, but it could have been better, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is not the end, right? We're gonna get more Fantastic Four, which is awesome. Like one of my favorites was Silver Surfer. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was awesome. I
Oh
really thought she
yeah,
was badass. Like when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh man, they changed it into a woman. And then Kibler told me like, no, gee, some of the comics, like there is
yeah,
a female version, and whatnot. So I was like, okay, cool. I can accept it. And then I watched it and I thought she was badass. I thought she was freaking awesome.
yeah.
Some of the scenes with her was sick. So I was
She's
like.
surfing like that sun gravity thing. Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah. So good, so good.
The whole space. I love the birth scene. I mean, no, are we spoiling stuff like
Yeah, it was too late. We spoiled it. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully.
I I avoided most of the trailers. I only seen that reveal, so I didn't know they were actually gonna have Franklin Reed.
Yeah.
So that was a surprise for me. Especially knowing his character is like literally overpowered in the comics. He can
Yeah, it's
like do
like
everything. So
yeah, yeah.
uh,
I was reading a bit about him, right? Because he's like one of the most powerful
oh, don't read.
mutants, and he
Yeah.
can move matter or whatever, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
manipulate
but
matter
it's
or
kind
something.
of I think if you read too much into it, you can kind of spoil yourself into I don't know whether they're doing like Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I think they're doing um yeah, that would lead into Secret Wars, I think.
Yeah, so they're doing
Yeah,
Doomsday next, and after Doomsdays will be
yeah,
Secret Wars. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was like a real cool cosmic adventure, and it was like the first humans that we've seen have a cosmic adventure. Like we've seen
yeah,
Star-Lord, yes. We've seen them guys go to in
yeah,
Infinity War, yes. But this was different. This was just really from a human aspect going out to the cosmic world and exploring the
yeah,
cosmic space and everything, which again I thought was just awesome, and it just expressed the intelligence of Mr. Fantastic, you know. Again, I think I can't wait for him to show up in our universe, in our time, and be able to put that intelligence to work with some of the technologies that we have in our time. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, because they're going to show up. Like, we saw at the end of Thunderbolts, they showed that they're going to show up and everything like that. They
Oh, yeah,
didn't
I heard
connect
about
it. Oh, you
it.
haven't seen it? Oh my God. Okay. So at the end of
But
Thunderbolts,
I heard about it. Yeah, I heard
yeah,
about the
you can YouTube it or whatnot. Probably about on YouTube, but so they didn't
uh,
connect it in the movie, which kind of threw me off. But I'm like, okay, maybe they'll connect it in another movie. It doesn't really matter.
yeah.
But
I like one thing I like about Reed Richards is like he is known to be a bit like he has this I wouldn't say heartless, but he thinks too much about things like that, and it's like separating him from reality, from his family, and all. It's there's some versions of him. He's like full on the villain. He has like I like that that dynamic with his wife that they explore. So I like the characters that they do. I think Human Torch didn't really get too much to do, but um, I love like at least they given uh all of them have their own thing going on.
yeah,
It but I would say that the old movies with Jessica Alba and all that. That's more fun, I guess. That's more like a stupid popcorn movie, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree from that perspective. And look, the
Yeah.
one with Michael B. Jordan is actually really forgettable. Forgot
Uh,
that one even happened,
I
right?
I
Um,
forgot. You
yeah.
just mentioned it. I like. Oh yeah, that.
Someone mentioned it to me the other day, and I was like, "Bro, I actually forgot that movie happened." So anyway, maybe it's worth forgetting about that. But you're right. I think those old ones are more like popcorn watch type movies. I feel like
Yeah,
the fun. I do think this is one of the best
yeah,
best Fantastic Four movie we've had.
yeah,
And you with Reed Richards' intelligence, I do. Yeah, you're right. And I think I think that's the downfall of that sort of super intelligence because you are
yeah,
thinking of all scenarios, not just the good
yeah,
ones, but a lot of bad ones that might involve family dynamics. But
yeah,
because you're really trying to think of all scenarios and then you're trying to think of a conclusion, but you have to think of all of them, which is what he goes through. And I think that's his downfall as being so intelligent. But I think
yeah,
Pascal was able to show that in this movie. Like there's just that like this guilt behind his thoughts. Like, oh man, I've got
yeah,
these ideas, but I feel so guilty about them, because
yeah, yeah,
it involved the child and all that sort of stuff.
yeah,
Whereas, like, Stark, for example, super intelligent and whatnot, but he was a bit more arrogant with his intelligence. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, and whatnot. And I don't think he really, and I think based on his past, and I don't think he really, when he thought about everything, it didn't really include bad scenarios. It was always like, what
yeah,
do I think is best? This, but he's not thinking about the whole picture. Whereas Reed Richards is thinking about everything,
yeah,
which puts him in a dark place, sort of thing.
yeah. I like it. I like that it's like I mean, if you know about like the larger universe of this Reed Richards, it's like they show glimpses of it. You know, I really like that part of what they do in the movies. I like Susan Storm's that motherly figure for now it's kind of they leading the world. The world is like looking to them for the future.
Mm.
So and it's I like that focus on the characters itself. Not doing some flashy stuff. Although the flashy, I mean, the stretching powers could have been more
Better, right? Okay,
creative. Yeah.
I was gonna pick on that earlier because there was that scene where Galactus was pulling him
Oh
like
yeah.
this much, and he was like screaming like he's gonna get torn apart. I'm like, bro, shouldn't you be like 1 mile
Yeah.
stretch all over him? Like, why are you struck? So I was like, did they just this is what I was saying? Like, I felt like, did you underpower Mr. Fantastic stretchability? Did you overpower Sue Storm? Did you underpower Galactus? Like,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
thoughts were running through my head,
Yeah.
but so that's what because the last scene was really epic, but I just feel
Yeah.
the power dynamics was a bit all over the place. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I can accept it. I just felt like, but it just felt like the power dynamics were off. And I did think
Yeah.
like even the Thing and Human Torch was a bit, you guys show up later.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 It's just Sue doing everything else.
Yeah. No, but I mean, again, this is a different universe.
Hmm.
In the universe that we're in, maybe we get a very powerful, different type of Galactus who has different motives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you never know. Like you never know where this leads to. And we'll see what happens, man. So wait, so you didn't you haven't seen Superman? Have you got any interest in watching that?
Yes, but I think that day I was thinking, oh, should I watch Superman or Fantastic Four? I think I just wanted something light-hearted, which is not I heard Superman has some heavy themes and all that. So yeah, maybe I don't want that for just to chill out. So I'll probably catch it sometime soon. Maybe this week, yeah, maybe.
Okay, all right, cool. So I won't say much on that, but I really, if I actually, I don't want to compare the two, but I really enjoyed it. I really did. Like, again, it's
Yeah,
not a perfect movie, but it was really, really enjoyable and just a different side of Superman. And of course, it does,
yeah,
depending on how you feel, it does touch on global, the global situation right now.
yeah. But I like that they're giving writers and directors their own their take on it. So I know people are gonna complain about this being different and all that. As long as the core of the character is there, I think yeah, this is what we were discussing about exploring different ideas for established characters or stories. I kind of like it now. I used to be like, oh, when it's different from things that I know. But as I get older, I just appreciate everyone's take on everything like this. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it soon. I know it's James Gunn, so I've never been disappointed in his stuff, so that's
Mm.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking forward for you to watch it and let me know your thoughts on that one because that's definitely and I can't wait to watch it again to be honest with you. I haven't been to the cinema. Like I used to go cinema to watch movies twice and whatnot, but I
Yeah.
just don't do that anymore, just timing and
I
whatnot. So I
don't
am
just
with
I don't have the time. Yeah, I don't have the time and I wouldn't say energy, but like that motivation to do it. Like
yeah.
it
I
takes
bro,
2 hours. Man.
when I
Going back.
just moved to Singapore, Endgames came out. I watched Endgames like 7 times. I went to on the
Oh,
same day I watched it. The first showing was in shit, I've gone blank. It's in you know where you catch the monorail to go to Sentosa? There's that mall before
oh,
that.
Vivo City.
Vivo, that's it. I remember I
Yeah.
booked an 11 o'clock show, 11 a.m. showing. I took the day off work at Vivo, and then I booked a 4 p.m. showing at Badok, where I used to live. So I literally from Vivo watched it, got on the train, went all the way back home to Badok, and then watched it again at 4 o'clock. Oh, that I don't have that energy in me. I watched it like 7 times.
Yeah,
I didn't have that kind of energy in me no more. I
yeah,
did watch Deadpool Wolverine twice because I just really enjoyed that one. It
yeah,
was just fun. There was nothing too serious about thinking about
yeah,
that
yeah,
one. But Superman's definitely good. I really want to watch it again. I really do. So honestly, I really again whether you it's not a perfect movie, but there's just the way James Gunn shot it, the way the characteristics are, it's just enjoyable to watch.
yeah,
So yeah, let me know once you've seen it, man.
yeah. Soon. Oh, I don't know. Warner Brothers stuff tend to come out in HBO like quite like in a few months. So I don't know, wait too long. Maybe I could catch it like this week or next.
Okay, all right, cool. What do you
Yeah.
think of you brought up Sinners earlier on? Like, what did you think of that one?
Oh, I
That was
love
like
that one.
one of my favorite movies of this year.
Yeah.
Like very unexpected, not unexpected, but just an original story. It was like really good.
Yeah. I kind of wish I didn't know it was a vampire show,
Mm,
a movie. And I kind of wish that even that intro wasn't, they kind of flash a bit of the what's gonna happen next, that kind of thing.
yeah,
You like from dusk till dawn,
it's
you don't know
exactly what I
it.
said.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, halfway through it became a vampire movie. It's something like that, but I like that they explore the cultures. I like that the vampires are like he has a he has a he has a point in how even his people are going through the same thing and all that. So I like that part of it's beyond just a vampire movie, exploring slavery, getting your culture taken away from you, being together, like what is better, like as a tribe and all that. I think Ryan Coogler was directing. Yeah, I they should just give him Blade to do
Everyone says it,
because
saying this. Yeah.
yeah, because other than just the vampire thing, I think he can do more than just being Blade, right?
I think so.
He always have, yeah,
I have to say one thing. That I'm just gonna pull it out there. It's my thoughts. Like
yeah,
Kugler will smash it. Don't get me wrong, but I think
yeah,
with Blade. It's my opinion, right? Only my opinion. I
yeah,
don't think you need to do like a black culture thing with Blade. I
yeah,
don't think that's necessary. Yeah, if that makes sense. Like if
yeah,
people are leaning towards that, in my opinion, with Blade, you could get Coogler to do it because he will smash it
yeah,
and put certain elements of story in it. I just think in my and you know what? I haven't read all the Blade comics, so maybe there is culture in there that I don't know of. But in my
yeah,
opinion, I'm like, you don't have to explore a black culture or black
yeah.
history in a movie
Just
like
do a
Blade.
martial arts
Martial arts.
vampire
So
movie.
in my opinion, I feel maybe the guys, what's his name, Chad Chowensky, who done
Yeah.
John Wick,
Oh
maybe
yeah.
Blade, just from a
Yeah.
choreographing martial arts sort of
Yeah.
perspective. I think that's just my perspective. But what you said about Sinners is like I said the exact same thing to Kip, like from dusk till dawn. It's like
Yeah.
if they didn't tell you, because my wife was watching, we're watching it, right? And then there was that
Yeah.
first scene with the vampire goes into the house,
Yeah.
and then they show him he just bit the other dude, and she was like, "Oh, this is a vampire movie," and I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I
Yeah.
wish same thing. I wish they just hit it right to the end, and I wish I didn't know
Yeah.
about it either because of that element of surprise. Like, where the hell did this movie just take me? Which was
Yeah.
awesome out of all of this, but there
What
was so much
the
dynamics, like him and his brother working with Al Capone. I was like, that's an interesting story.
Yeah.
And then you got those vampire hunters who were the Native Americans or
Yeah.
whatnot. I
What
was like,
happened to them? They just
yes, I'm like,
disappeared.
they're an interesting story. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
really like this, like you shouldn't do more, but there's so much to explore here, which I was like, I loved it. I loved every element of
Yeah.
that movie. It's such a good storytelling.
Yeah. I like the I forgot what's the vampire guy name. That main guy,
I
the
can't remember his
Irish
name.
guy.
I can't
Yeah.
remember his name.
So
Oh, the real his the real actor.
yeah, I like like if I was in that situation, I would like, okay, I'll just join the vampires because they look fun and like, you know, singing around, dancing in the at night. It
They
seems
look-
okay to just
Bro,
join
that's
them.
some they were creepy, bro. So they're singing their songs.
Yeah,
What was that Jack
yeah.
O'Connor? Jack O'Connell, right?
Yeah,
Remick.
yeah, yeah. He's a Irish actor, and
Yeah.
yeah, I love that the whole movie. Yeah, I've watched 3 times already.
Oh,
Just
really? Okay.
just for the music. I love the music, the jazz, the blues, and even that Irish song that they sang. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, no, brilliant. Some good movies, man. I even think as a comic book fan, there's been some good comic book movies. But outside of that, it's great that we got movies like Sinners and stuff like that. Even I
yeah.
just watched like even just other movies. I know remakes are getting boring or whatever, but or sequels or whatever. They brought out Happy Gilmore 2 the other day. I
Oh, all
watched
right.
that one, and I remember watching the original one. And this one actually made me laugh, man. It cracked me up like the old one. Like I was
Really?
like, man, this ain't too bad. Like it's listen. Adam Sandler movies never get high ratings ever, but there's something
Yeah,
enjoyable about his movies. They're always
yeah,
just enjoyable. It's got this silly sort of humor, and
yeah,
it's always got this underlying sort of meaning to it. And
yeah,
I enjoy all of his movies. I really do. Like even though again, according to ratings, they're all shit. I could rewatch his movies. They're really funny.
yeah,
And this one wasn't that bad. I actually was watching it, and I was so many scenes were cracking me up. I was like, this is actually pretty
yeah.
fucking funny.
Him
So.
drinking from the golf
Yeah,
ball.
everything. Like
That,
when he met
so
Chubbs' son and he had
funny.
his arm and he shook his hand.
Yeah,
I died when he broke his fingers. I couldn't stop laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing on how out of shape and out of, like he was a complete odd shape. This
yeah,
Chubbs' son, and I was like, Chubbs
yeah,
was his golf coach who was actually like he looked like an athlete. What the hell happened to his
yeah. This
son?
guy.
It was so funny, man. So it's just
Yeah,
silly things like that.
I love the first one. I watch it. I don't know how many times I've watched the first one. Like it can be hundreds of times.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like really I really like that first one. The second one is a bit more like that's it's too random all over the place, but it's still enjoyable. People are rating it too. I mean, I don't think the movie is meant for you to rate it and give it reviews, but just have a good time. Watch it, don't watch it, but it's just a fun time.
Yeah, 100%. It's Adam Sandler movie. What do you expect? Listen, he
Yeah,
smashed it in Uncut Gems. He smashed it
yeah,
in the basketball one. I can't remember what it's called. Okay, yeah, like he's shown that he can do that type of
yeah,
movie. This wasn't that. This is Happy Gilmore 2. Like, what do you
yeah,
expect? It's one of his old school type comedy, silly movies. And I sat back, I enjoyed it, I laughed. It wasn't
yeah,
hard to watch. It's easy. You know, those type of movies are not hard to watch. You just sit back and watch it. Like there's no concentrating. There's no,
yeah,
oh, what was that? Or what is he talking about? Or like no thinking. You just sit back,
yeah.
enjoy the show,
Cares
basically.
about the plot or anything's believable. It's
Yeah,
just cameos all over the place
that's
and the
it.
stupid
Yeah.
references. Yeah, I
Now,
mean, yeah, there's always a time and place for movies, silly movies like this. Not everything has to be like super good or like keep up with ratings or that.
yeah, right. I mean, we were talking about this with Superman because Superman caused a lot of controversy. Okay, put the geopolitical side aside, right? Because you're always going to have a separation there. But just in general, people just wanting to hate on it. Oh, it's like this, it's like that. It's like, listen, man, like you don't have to think too much. Can you just sit back and enjoy a movie for what it is? But there's always controversy. It's like like there's movies that I don't like. There's loads of movies I don't like. I just don't need to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like me, you will never catch me and Kim shitting on a movie because we probably just wouldn't talk about it or we'll just be constructive about it. I done that with Karate Kid. I was like, didn't like the movie, but Jackie Chan was awesome. You know, it's good to see him on the big screen and all that sort of stuff. But like, I just think there's just too much hate out there for no reason, and everyone has these certain expectations, and everyone has,
Yeah,
their own nitpicky thing. Oh, it has to be like that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to please you. It please maybe 50 people
some
somewhere else.
people.
It
Yeah,
doesn't have to please 50 people over there. It doesn't matter. Like, sit back and enjoy it. But people don't want to do that, man. And if you didn't enjoy it, turn it off. Like, turn it off, walk away, watch
yeah,
something else. It's like, I just don't
yeah,
understand why you sit there watching a whole movie. Like, I hate this thing and it's 2 hours long, but I'm
yeah.
going to sit here for 2 hours and hate. That's 2 hours of
Yeah.
your life. Go, just turn it off, man, and walk away.
One
Oh,
one
good.
thing about the good thing about us getting older is I don't care too much nowadays.
True,
Like you
yeah.
like it, that's good for you. You don't like it, find something else. I enjoy movies, watching it. I don't think too much about, like I don't review it in my mind so much. Like, do I like it? Does it enjoy it? Like, is it a wasted time? But there are some shitty movies that I
Of course.
kind of like, I would just turn it off. I I wasn't you. I used to give like okay, I'll watch this 2 hours and then give it a chance like that. Nowadays, this is not for me. I'm just gonna change it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what? That's the one thing. If I was to criticize anything, if you don't, and this is just from me, like you just said, if it doesn't capture me within the first 15 minutes,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
out because there's so much to watch. We've got not a
yeah,
not limited amount of time, right? So
yeah,
there is that you have to capture me within the first 15 minutes.
yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
I'm out. But I'm the same. I just turn it off and walk. There's so many movies I just turn off and walk away. I'm like, it's not
yeah.
for
I don't
me.
even have time to watch everything anyway.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And look, there's certain things, yes, I'm invested in, like the MCU and the DC universe. I'm invested in, like, I love it. So I don't care what they show. I'm just gonna sit there and watch it, right? Even if it's crap. And I did that with a few Marvel shows and whatnot. But other movies and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, you gotta. There's so many that I tried to put on. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's not for me. And you just switch it off.
yeah. I mean, I think it's you don't have to put so much energy into hating something like that.
It's
So
weird.
yeah, I just
People are
just have
weird, man.
fun. Yeah,
Hate is a weird one, but people like to hate, man. People like to hate. Cool, bro. Well, listen, man. I feel like we could talk for hours and hours and hours, man.
I
I
know.
got a call in, work call in 10 minutes. We're so freaking busy, man. But it was good to catch up, man. I'm glad we got a chance to
Yeah,
do this properly. There should be no issues here.
I
And I'm
hope
glad we got
so.
a chance
Yeah,
to talk. Yeah, I hope not. That'd be crazy. But yeah, no, I'm glad we could talk. When you watch Superman, like, let's maybe try and catch up again.
yeah.
Like, let's try to do it again in the future. We'll give you a review on that or
Right.
thoughts.
Yeah, it's always been fun talking to you. Like, I don't really talk to people about, movies and all that because people are busier than me. People have families and all that. I'm the only people I talk to is you about this. Maybe my brother, but um, at least we can like sit down and properly. I just get my thoughts out, and it is a
Yeah.
form of uh creative outlet also. So thanks for the time here.
No worries, man. And I always enjoy talking to you, man. This is what I always tell kids, like, it's what I love about the podcast. Like, no one's on their phones. We're just kind of keeping engaged with the
Yeah,
conversation. You're not
yeah,
getting on your phone or wandering around on socials. We're just talking, man. And
yeah,
it's something that we're both passionate about, art and
yeah,
some movies and stuff like that. So, no, I appreciate it, man. I enjoy talking to you, man. Which is why I feel like we could talk for hours and hours and hours.
yeah,
But
yeah.
next time, you know what I want to do? Like, let's watch Superman. And then we haven't done a retro movie review in ages as well because we haven't had the
Yeah,
time. But let's try and pick a retro movie
yeah,
that we both agree on. Watch that. We'll give our thoughts on that too. Because I want
yeah.
to
I
do
always
one.
yeah, like a dumb 90s action one. I
Let's
want
do
to
one.
do
Let's
that.
do one. Let's
Yeah,
talk. Let's talk. Yeah. What do you watch Superman? And we'll pick a retro movie and we
yeah.
both watch it. Get a and then we'll come back on and do a little review on them.
All right, sure, sure. Yeah, we'll
Awesome.
do
All
that.
right, brother. I appreciate it, man. For everyone watching, thanks for watching. Check out Adil on his Instagram. It's right there on the screen. So check it out. Check out his artwork. Follow his story. He'll be back soon anyway. He's literally a part of the Brothers Geek Out anyway. So he'll be back on the channel soon. We'll do those reviews. And appreciate everyone like, sharing, subscribing, and all that sort of stuff. All right, we out. Peace.